It was an early sunrise, the sea breeze surrounding me as I steered the ship. Half my crew was asleep as the other half manned the sails. For years my father told me of a treasure that no man or pirate could fathom. Treasures of an untold world. And it was my job to find it. Minus 6 years earlier. "Hey, Celeste?" Vicky, one of the crewmates, yelled to me as I stood in a lookout station with Archer. As the captain's daughter, it was my responsibility to learn the ropes at a young age. One day, after father has passed, I will become the captain of this ship. I will be prepared. "Yes, ma'am?" I replied as I crawled down the post. "You know you can call me Vic, right, hun?" She laughed as she ruffled my hair. I smiled and looked up at her. She was beautiful, long hair, red like burning embers. Her pirate hat sat perfectly upon her head like it was meant to be there. Her clothes, though baggy in areas, fit her form perfectly, complementing her in more ways than one. "Your old man said he wants to see you in the captain quarters. You better get a move on," she finished before walking to her station. The ship was huge, at least to me, so it felt like forever getting to father. I opened the bay doors to find father hunched over his desk, papers everywhere. I rushed over to him, panic coursing through my veins. "Father!" I screamed, shaking his lifeless body. He was cold to the touch, a feeling I would never forget. Crewmates came rushing in, Vicky pulling me in close. Tears burned down my face as the last words father said to me echoed in my head. "Celeste, I'm not getting any younger. There will be a day when I will not be here any longer. I give you this map. It will take you to a treasure. A treasure no man could ever dream of. This says it will be located in the Bermuda Triangle," he told me, pointing to the map. "You're scaring me, father," I whispered. "Do not be scared, my child," he continued. "This treasure will bring you happiness, even in your darkest days. Now go rest as we have a long journey ahead of us. And never forget, under a black flag we sail," he finished. "And the sea is our empire," I smiled before heading to bed. Present. The sun was bright in the northern Atlantic sky. I could taste the salt of the water on my tongue as I steered the ship. The wind was chilly as it was early autumn, but that wouldn't stop my crew and me. My dad's flag waved in the wind, a symbol of what we stood for. Though we are pirates, we aren't savages. We just get what we want in an unconventional way. My right-hand woman, Stella, stood by me every step of the way. After Vicky had passed, her daughter was next in line. She was a spitting image of her mother, with gorgeous red hair, olive-colored skin, as if it were painted by the sun, and the best thing to have happened to my family. Stella and I have been best friends since we were little. Always on the open seas, on the lookout for a new adventure. Now we could sail wherever we wanted. Nobody to hold us back. "Stella, have Holmes take the wheel. It's time for a meeting," I commanded. She moved quickly, knowing what was about to happen. A moment later Holmes was by my side, ready to take order. "Stay on the route. We need to be to the Bermuda Triangle in 2 days and no later," I advised before calling the crew to the lower deck. Whispers plagued the room as I stood at the head of everything. They were anxious. Good, I like to keep them on their toes. We are about 2 days out from our destination. I am proud of how far we have come. I know it has been a hard couple of weeks, but we are so close to our goal. My father would be so proud of us if he were here today, I stated, nodding my head. As you all know, since my father's passing 6 years ago, I have made it my life's mission to find the treasure he was after. And in 2 days, I will have completed my mission, I continued. Everyone was quiet, an eerie sound. The air was thick, sadness clinging to it. A shiver ran down my spine, causing my blood to go cold. Nobody would say it, but they thought I was obsessive. Always hellbent on finding this supposed treasure. I just wanted to thank every one of you for coming along this journey with me. Now go back to doing your jobs, you scallywags. I finished. Everybody jumped up, running to their stations. I sat down, my head falling in my hands. Today marked 6 years since father passed. I would make him proud. I had to. As his legacy, it was my job. Stacy walked up to me, placing a hand on my shoulder. She didn't even have to say a word, she just knew. I was putting a brave face on, but she could see through it. Time to take a break, Captain. Holmes can take control for now, Stella sighed, helping me up. You've been working hard and need rest. I looked at her, taken back by her newfound confidence. No. I must continue to work hard until we find the treasure. We have sailed around the world and now we have to be serious. I am done running from my legacy, I stated before turning to return to my quarters. Though she is right, I wouldn't let her see that. I haven't slept in weeks. All I could think about was finding the treasure my father had talked about. I mean, who wouldn't? A treasure like no man could ever dream of. That's pretty amazing, and in 2 days, it would be mine.